Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setups for today. So just starting off in the monthly, and this looks a little bit different to the US markets. And if you look at those tails, that is a story of buyers coming in. We do have an engulfing bar at the moment. So the top of the monthly bar, you can see there's quite a bit of interaction there. And then I want to just bring that in there, so you can see that is the previous monthly swing high. So logic, we came down, up, came down with diversions. You can see low, lower, low, diversions, and then continued. So this is a 2-year, or not more than, yeah, it's a multi-year, so it's 3-year a potential double bottom that we've broken up, and we're now coming back to test. So from a macro perspective, the logic dictates that this is a continuation of this consolidation pattern that we had here. And that is a massive consolidation pattern. So from there to there, that is a 41% move to the upside. So macro view, guys, not going to happen overnight, but that's kind of the view that we've got there. Next thing to look at is really on the 8-hour. And this is where we start trading on these time frames. Oscillator still gripped the upside, still don't want to be trapped up long here. Definitely would be looking for something lower down. And that lower down is in a little bit of a zone. I'm just going to do that. So if you look to the left, you can see what I'm talking about. Lots of interaction between those two areas. Now, if we come down even further, the 3-hour oscillators have changed a little bit. They're starting to cross over and point up. We had a strong move. We've had a end of month profit taking, not really a sell-off, just really profit taking of the bull, sorry. And we are looking for structure. So where is the structure? Right here in the zone. So if you get it down to the hour, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So we are talking about getting to 14.3120, and I would actually even add that level in on the hour. That's the 155 EMA, so that's 14.280. So 14.300, 14.220 would be the area we're paying attention to. Now, I'm going to make this chart really messy, because if you're paying attention, you will see a wedge. So the move was down. We're consolidating in amongst the moving averages. So logic says a break below the wedge and a retest of it gives us a wedge target slap bang in the middle of this zone. So with all of that noise in your head, what you're looking for on the 15 at least, and I mean there's two ways of doing this. So that's the first way, which is probably the right rule to have. But I think ultimately you're looking for a break and retest of this area here. So we're on the zone at the moment. That's 14.454. So I'd expect a break, pull back, test this, and then a rejection. You've got a gap to the downside here, which could also, remember, it often happens, just turn you into a channel. So you really need the break below the swing lows here of yesterday, not the ultimate swing lows, but these session swing lows here, for the real confirmation to happen. Oscillators all starting to group the downside as well. So I'm kind of the opinion that that little wedge pattern you see there is null and void. It's just a bit of sideways price action. This is the structure to pay attention to. You do have a weekly level here, and if you come back to the hour, if you do start rejecting this area, then I would ultimately be looking for a breakdown, but I'd have to take out these swing lows before being convinced that that wedge is in play. So on the hour, it does look like it's potentially brewing. On the 15 minutes, it's a little bit of a different picture. At the moment, it's just kind of sideways in amongst the moving averages. Now, lastly, a little bit of price action information here. So we're starting off the month at the moment. So the monthly has closed, but typically what happens with a bar, you often get tails to the downside. So look at a green bar. It always you've got tails to the downside. And from a green bar's perspective, those tails are normally formed in the first part of the trading session. So on the monthly, you start moving down. Remember, you open at this area for the monthly, you start moving down, buyers come in, pull back, that forms the tail, and then you start the green body for the monthly. So that's typically what happens with price action. Obviously a red bar is in reverse, so the tails to the top of a red bar often, more than like, well, most times formed at the start of the session, not at the end of the session. And the logic is quite clear. And you've got your open, you move down, you move back up. Very rarely that you form a tail to the downside at the close of the bar. It's normally at the open of the bar, unless it's a range bar, then that's a different story. But anyway, bit of useless information for you. So for me on the DAX, potential wedge for a move back into this area. There's no clear signal, so I'm not really of the opinion I want to chase it. There are gaps here, and we've got a higher low here, so buyers are stepping in, and we're in an uptrend at the moment on the hour, so definitely don't want to go against the uptrend. So logic for me would dictate wait here first. Wait in this zone, price gets back here, it would be a buying opportunity, with your stop area is going to be right over here at 14,222. That is a much better trade in my opinion anyway. So anyway, that's kind of my view today. Not really keen on the intraday chart at the moment. This level may hold, so it may prove me wrong, and I suppose if that does happen, then I'd be looking for a break of the top of the structure that's formed today, and these highs here. If I get above that, test it, then I'd be looking for a move up to this 14,600 area. But I'm reluctant. I would be a reluctant trader today on this at the moment. Anyway, hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.